Sony has doubled the price of Horizon Zero Dawn following the reveal of its PlayStation 5 remaster. Yeah, because they're creating pricing synergy. So if you buy Horizon Zero Dawn right now, it's $40. And then the upgrade's 10, bringing it to 50. That's what it should be priced at. If you're a brand new customer and you've never owned Horizon Zero Dawn,
PlayStation 5, so that way Sony can just cover you and maybe bend you over and just fucking take everything you have. They're gonna take everything. Hey guys, don't you just love when you know a company's doing something awful, just gouging their consumer base, destroying the communities that they've spent so long to build, and you only find out because some random bootlicker on the internet said it was okay to do, and then you're sitting there thinking to yourself like, am I the crazy one? This guy is a content creator. He should at least been in the game for a while. Like, gotta know something, right? This can't be normal. Spoiler, buddy. It's not normal. This is insane. This is unhinged behavior. We should not be adhering to these companies like this at all. We should not treat them like they're good at all. Mods, I request that we banish his ass to the Shadow Realm. Sorry to interject, 500 was a big milestone, and I really want to keep this hype train going. So if you could just help me out here and subscribe, or if you already subscribed, get this video out to more people, either by sharing or letting me know what you think about the video in the comments, the subject, etc. Feedback is greatly appreciated, because not only does it just keep the engagement going and get the video recommended to more people, but it allows me to know what I need to work on in order to make the videos more appealing to more people. Back to the subject at hand, but yeah, I think Sony's actually an awful company, and I have a couple reasons why I think that. I know before everyone starts freaking like, whoa, where is this coming from? This just seems unwarranted. And what was the deal with the dude at the beginning? Well, that was Reforged Gaming, and Reforged seems to think that the increase in price for Horizon Zero Dawn, which was the actual, like, just the base game, just the game itself, no remaster we're talking about, despite it being $20 and being part of the PlayStation Hits collection, which is literally listed as games that are $20 to get you better equated with the PlayStation ecosystem, it's just increased in price. It is doubled in price. Why is that? Naturally, Sony wants your money. And not just that, but they also increased the price of things like the DualSense wireless controllers with their new updated versions, which makes no sense because they could have just stayed the same price and it wouldn't have changed much at all, because I know damn well it did not cost them more to keep making them things, because they've been keeping them the same price for quite a while. Essentially, he goes on this tangent. I'm not trying to like lay into him personally, just this idea that I've seen a couple of people have, him specifically in this case being a recorded case, that since it was it makes zero sense. It's like if they made a Black Ops 2 remastered and someone validated like, hey, Black Ops 2, it should be $60. Black Ops 2 is $60 now. It should not be $60. It's a 2012 game that plays like a 2012 game. Horizon Zero Dawn is a 2017 game that plays like a 2017 game. We are in 2024. That game should not be full price anymore. If you want to release a remaster, it's going to have to be a little bit cheaper, bud, because that makes absolutely zero sense. There was no discount. There was no price. The game sat at $20. They're literally doing this to gouge their consumer base as much as possible. And I guarantee you they're doing it because they saw people buying the game itself for the first time for $20. You just pick it up really quick and like, hey, maybe I'll pick up the remaster or the upgrade for an extra $10. Companies do this for free all the time. CD Projekt Red is a perfect example with Cyberpunk and The Witcher. When you just go to upgrade to the next edition, it's just a free graphical upgrade because you already paid for the product. You already paid for it. Why are we doing this? We put accessibility options and all kinds of other graphical increases behind paywalls and make it a separate product for the sake of just gouging this shit out of our consumer base. For The Last of Us Part 1 specifically, we only really needed one remaster, right? And it was a big deal because it changed quite a bit. It opened the door for quite a bit, and it could still just be ported to like PS5, PS4, and then PC. Instead, we got another one, of course, and we all know how that went over. But we still waited a while, and we were still scratching our heads like, damn, that's a lot of remasters. And then The Last of Us Part 2 gets a remaster, which makes zero sense to me. Now we're back onto Horizon Zero Dawn remastered, which also makes less sense to me because all of these could just be enhanced by the increased power from the system. It should already be in the game. It should already be there and available. Let's say I bought an old game back in 2015 and I decided I wanted to play it on my new system. I want to get the most out of it with my new PC. I can then go and play the game that's already been paid for in its best form because everything was already there. If we wanted to put more stuff in, realistically, modifications and add-ons could be released, which happen all the time. Ubisoft, and I know, ironically enough, I'm bringing up Ubisoft, released HD texture packs later on for Far Cry 5, which you could just install and put on your newer system and run it that way, right? If you just wanted the graphical upgrade. It didn't cost you money. Why does it cost money now? And I understand it's a company. That's the answer. They're there to make money. But it's still super greedy and just egregious. It's ridiculous. We can all see it plain as day, and this is exactly why people should be voting with their wallets, because you shouldn't have to put up with this. It's not just the way that it is. Remember when games were starting to get more and more transactions, microtransactions, loot boxes, etc., and people were just like, just the way that it is now. No, the loot boxes went away because people started voting with their wallets, and there was a whole court case, but that's because enough people were upset with it that they were just tired of dealing with it. It was literally just gambling. Countless amounts of money were just being basically siphoned out of consumers. It was ridiculous. Not that this is one-to-one this same exact situation, but we've seen increases on just about everything. Why does the PS5 Pro, or PS5s in general, cost more in USD in other countries than it does actually cost in the US? Please tell me that. If you would like to elaborate on what that is, why that is, please, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear a simple explanation as to why everyone else should be royally screwed over more than me. Don't even get me started on increases in prices on subscription services, because I hate the idea of subscription services on console platforms. It just drives me nuts. The reality is you can't justify any of it. Cloud saves, Steam has that for free. Party chat, messaging, Discord also has that for free. Alternatively, though, it does collect data, but you act like that PlayStation and Xbox wouldn't do the same exact thing. Xbox Game Bar, that's free. You can just have that built into Windows. Using the developer's multiplayer side of the game, that's hosted by the developer. It's not even hosted by Sony. And if something does go down, say like Xbox or Sony, they screw something up, which they commonly both do quite often, and they have a long history, more Sony than I know of Microsoft, but they do share their fair share of issues, right? The whole thing's gone. You just gotta wait until someone else fixes it. I know, I'm getting a little heated about this. It's also followed up by the idea that you're nothing more than a number, and that's been proven by the Helldivers situation with PSN requirements. And if someone needs a refresher on it, you can skip a minute or so ahead if you don't need a refresher, but basically Helldivers had that PSN requirement, and that was an issue because Helldivers was accessible to anyone all over the world as long as they had access to Steam and could download the game. PSN does not exist across the rest of the world. In fact, if you used a VPN to create a PSN account where it's not allowed to be made, your account gets banned. Not inherently an issue if the game doesn't require it, which it didn't require it. It actually gave you the option to skip it and just use your Steam account, and you would lose access to crossplay with console platform. No one really cared that much, but then all of a sudden the requirement comes back to bite everyone's ass, and now we can't play the game without the PSN account. People's accounts are going to get banned. They're going to get refunded the game. The product is just now pulled out of their hands because Sony wanted more user numbers to please their shareholders. Further proven by God of War Ragnarok's PSN requirement. And there was a modder, of course, that took the liberty of taking it upon himself and solving that issue because it's a single-player game, and you can't tell me what online elements exist for a PSN login. And for the people who go on and on about, well, you can just, Ubisoft does it. No, they shouldn't do it. Rockstar does it. No, it pisses everyone off when Rockstar does it. No one likes using third-party apps. No one likes having multiple accounts to keep track of, constantly having to change your passwords for the sake of security. No one wants to deal with it. It's a headache. It should be simplified and easy to follow, not this BS. Unfortunately, though, the mod has been taken down off of Nexus Mods. There's probably going to be more, but the modder who first released the thing to get rid of the PSN requirement to play a single-player game, by the way, which should not be the case at all. I don't know what they need for me to play a single-player game. Unfortunately, they decided they didn't want to deal with legal action from Sony because you already know how big and greedy companies get. By the way, if you want to buy DRM and offline access for games, you can go on GOG, and, well, will you look at that? God of War? It's on there. It's almost like you don't need it. It doesn't need it. There's a market for these things, and you do not need the extra steps. All right, did I scare you? Did I get too much? I'm sorry. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm going to slow it down. I'm not going to get so emotionally invested. Don't get it twisted. I very much enjoy, God of War and stuff like that. I enjoy Spider-Man. I enjoyed the hell out of Spider-Man. I like Sony games, but they need to stop treating their platforms and their product like novelty items. They're not novelty anymore. They were a novelty when it's like, oh, God of War just came out on PC. Wow, that's crazy. That's wild. I didn't see that coming. Spider-Man on PC? All right. The delay for products being released not so great for their sales. It's not that the sales are doing poorly, but they're severely impacted when you delay things and you don't let the rest of the communities be part of the hype train for the launch of a game. It's exactly why, and proven by just basic fact and Google search, multi-plat games just make more money than these games specifically. They make way more money because they launch all on the same platforms, usually all at the same time. They have an incentive to do that because more people get hyped up together. People on other platforms are talking about it online. You know, they go to work. Chef's got an Xbox. Roger's got a PlayStation. Doug's got a PC, and they're all talking about the new Call of Duty, and they're getting ready. They're hyped for it. You know, it comes out. They all buy it the same day to play with each other because not only is it cross-plat, but it is multi-plat. It launches all at the same time. At the end of the day, though, these companies are run by humans. Humans tend to mess up. They tend to become full of themselves. The companies can be large enough to create issues, miscommunication, mismanagement. The list can really go on. So, you know, people like me exist to go ahead and scour the internet for drama to talk about and just dunk on major corporations for trying to steal money from their customers. And, you know, it's what I'm here for. You know, that's what I do. I talk about this stuff. So if you like it, subscribe to stick around. If you dislike it, and go ahead and let me know in the comments what I can do to make it better or what I did wrong, or, you know, the list, whatever you feel. If you want to be part of the discussion or if you want to be part of the community, either in the comments or you can find me in the Discord server in the link below. Thank you for watching all the way through. See ya.